Chapter 3, Lecture 4, Trading Costs. Commission is a fee paid to a broker for making or executing a transaction on your behalf. Um, the fees, uh, brokerage fees, have declined significantly over the past several years. Not several years, probably 40 years. The a a trade could cost us, three or four, an individual trade, 40 years ago could cost $300 or $400 maybe. Today there's some brokerage firms are even instituting free trading. So it's in in the 90s, the with the start of discount brokerage, it was, you could get brokerage commissions in the neighborhood of, 20 to $30 a trade. Um, Full service brokers were still charging the higher fees, but now over time those have declined. In the past 10 years, it's something in the neighborhood of $5 and so forth. A lot of times when you can get free trades when you start a new account, so forth. So it's definitely become much more cost efficient to trade. Um, Spread, the cost of trading with a dealer. The um, they bid as the price at which the dealer will buy from you, and he asks as the price at which the dealer will sell to you. The spread is the difference between the the bid and the ask uh, price. So or the ask minus the bid. The Also referred to as the bid ask spread. Combination. Some trades both commissions and the bid ask spread. Next, buying on a margin. So margin describes securities purchased with money borrowed in part from a broker. So you're basically taking out a loan for a portion of the purchase of your stock. This can either uh, enhance your gains made on a stock, but it can also exacerbate or make worse losses on a stock, and we'll see that as we move forward in the slides here. So the uh, the the margin is um, the net worth in the investor's account. So their um, key key portion of this or term here, initial margin requirement. It's typically 50% minimum set by the Federal Reserve under Regulation T, or Reg T as it is referred to. 50% for stocks. So the minimum uh, minimum percentage initial investment equity. The one minus the initial margin requirement. So this is the amount the investor can borrow. So basically, for the most part, it's half the price of a stock. So the so the I look at the trades. The book looks at these trades on the value of the position. I look at them on the value of the share. Either way is correct. It's uh, it's just a matter of so when we're talking about buying on a margin, the equity is the position value minus what you borrowed plus any additional cash that you may have added to the position. The maintenance margin requirement. So we have an initial margin requirement that's typically 50%. Maintenance margin requirement is typically 30%. So it's a minimum amount of equity the minimum amount of equity can be, or percent that equity can be before adding additional funds to put in the account. Um, the exchanges mandate a minimum of 25%. Most are 30%, but somewhere in that neighborhood. Margin call. Margin call is a notification from the broker that you must add additional funds or have the position liquidated. So you have a certain period of time once you're notified to you'll have to either add additional funds or that the broker will liquidate the position on your behalf. So, and that occurs, that margin call will occur when you reach the maintenance margin reach at or below, I guess is the correct way to say that, the maintenance margin requirement. So, so the if equity divided by market value is less than or equal to the maintenance margin requirement, then a margin call will occur. So, so, so market value um, minus the amount borrowed divided by market value less than or equal to the maintenance margin requirement. So, um, this and just to give you an idea of the difference, what I prefer to do here is I take share price and then subtract out borrowed portion and then divide by share price. So the result is the same. I just find it easier to work with one share of stock. So here you just figure out the portion of the stock that's borrowed, and that's fairly easy to do. In most cases, that'll be 50%, 50% of the initial share price. So, so you can solve for the market value to determine that so a margin call will occur when the market value is less than or equal to the borrowed amount divided by 1 minus the maintenance margin requirement. So, um, there are examples. There is an example in Canvas of this type of transaction. Again, I solve it slightly differently. So, all right, we will continue with the next lecture.